for Q4 week 1 and Thursday, we did one yesterday. Find the value of X. These guys share a line. So what do they have to add up to? And what kind of angles do we call those? Very good. So I have 18x, or excuse me, 18 plus x. Then I'm gonna add the plus 5x equals 180. Combine my like terms, which is an x and a 5x, which equals 6x. So I have 18 plus 6x equals 180. Subtract 18 from both sides. I'm left with 6x equals 162. And I divide by 6 on both sides. And x equals 27. How many have you got? 27. Find and fix your mistakes. To find the missing angle, you use the two angles that you know already. I know 85 and 35. Adds up to 120. And I take 180 minus 120 equals 60. So if this is 60, then this one is, what do we call those angles? Okay, so then I have 60 plus 64, 124, and 180 minus 124 is 56. How many of you got 56? Excellent. Number 4. We have our parallels, so I'm going to highlight them. Here is our intersecting line. Bless you. Are these angles on the interior or exterior? Interior. Are they corresponding or alternating? So these, I want you to write down alternating interior angles. And what happens to alternating interior angles? They so I've got 8x plus 9 equals 10x minus 5. I want to move my 8x. Why do I want to move my 8x? So I don't have negatives. So minus 8x minus 8x. Drawing my line. Remember how important this is to show all of these steps. So now I have 9 equals 2x minus 5. Then I'm going to box up my 2x. It's not moving. Adding 5 to both sides. So then I have 14 equals 2x. Then I divide by 2, and 7 equals x. But then I want to rewrite it as x equals 7. How many of you got 4 right? Okay, we're dropping hands there, so let's be thinking about those. And look, we've had those types of angles for like the last week too, so go back in your spiral notebook and look up your notes. Number 5, so far Janet has 87, 92, 75, and 83 for her test grades. What is the highest her average could get with one more test? Well, what's the highest I could get on my next test? So this would be plus the 100. And then to get the average, we divide it then by now how many test scores? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You guys understand why I put 100 in there? And then I'm dividing it by how many tests she's now taken. And that average is 87.4. How many of you got this one right? Great. Nice. And 6. Hug Middle School has 640 students. Bill surveys a random sample of 35 students and finds that 14 of them have pet cats. So you need to write this as a ratio. 14 out of how many? 35 have pet cats. Now we're gonna predict how many students in the school are likely to have cats. So this is going to be equal to X over 640. I do not know how to get from 35 to 640. So I am just going to do the cross product. So then I have 35x equals, and 14 times 640 is 8,960. Then I divide by 35, divide by 35, and x equals 256. How many of you got 256? Make sure that you're good. Make sure that you're setting it up, but I use my calculator on this multiplication, but I'm writing it down on the paper what my answer was, so I know the step by step of where I make my mistakes. And then 7 and 8 we did yesterday.